Left off last video, I got this piece here made that needs to be welded to the grapple arm. That way I got something for my cylinder to attach to. What I want to do though is I don't like this overhang right here. And I don't know if I want to cut that off or if I just want to come over here and go from here out to this corner and make like a point. Something else I could do is just turn this. Now I originally wanted it to be long, that way I had all this area to weld. But I think if I turn this thing upright, like this, that looks more like what I think it probably should look like. I'd say that's plenty enough material to weld to. I think I'm going to turn it that way. And with it like that, I might be able to drill me a hole through this down into the where the pin's at. I forgot all about 90-degree grease fittings. That I had some. If I can put that one about midway's right in line with this pin, that way it's protected and it's aimed upwards where I can get my grease gun on it. So I was like, I don't know if my grease gun will even fit down in there. Well, guess what? It fits perfectly. I don't know if you guys have ever seen one of these, but they're pretty handy to have. So that way you can size whatever bolt or nut you got. You'll know the thread pitch and the size of it, whether it's metric or standard. So this can come in pretty handy, and it's going to right here because I wasn't sure what this grease fitting was, and I want to make sure I want to get the right tap for it. And it looks to me like it's a 6mm by 1.0. So I got a 6mm by 1.0 tap here, and we'll tap this out. All right, got it tapped and threaded, got it in here. Let's mount it up and see if it fits. There she be. Looks pretty good to me. See if my grease gun will snap onto it here. There it is. Sweet. Let me get this thing welded up. It's not pretty by any means, but it's on there. I'll probably mess with it and see if I can clean it up a little bit, or I might not, but I really don't think it's going anywhere. You can see the cylinders on it. It looks good. It clears everything. So check this out. There's all the way open, which is beautiful. I was actually worried that when I put this cylinder back on here, this pin was going to be off a little bit, but it is not. Praise the Lord. Now here's the kit that I got from Summit Hydraulics. So this is a universal third function valve kit. It's got the hand joystick on it here. You know, it's got the valve obviously and some fittings. I think the valve's in a couple of pieces, so I got to put it together, but I'll get it put together and we'll start setting it up. I got the valve all assembled here. Now let me show you where I want to put it on the tractor. So here's where I think I want to mount it, onto the subframe here. That way, if I ever wanted to disconnect the loader and set it off, this part stays with the tractor, which is what you want, and then it would have quick connects coming off here going up to your work lines. I'm gonna go ahead and get this valve mounted up here. So we got our valve mounted up here. That ain't going nowhere. Now this set also comes with these fittings. I'm gonna go ahead and get these fittings and the quick connects out and get them installed in this third function valve. All right, so I got these top fittings in for the work lines, and I got the fittings in for the bottom going from the power, coming from the Power Beyond and the tank. I'll probably have to take one of these into the hydraulic shop with me. That way I can make sure whatever hose size will fit these right here. I want to put the mount out there on my crossbar to where the quick connects will be for you, where you actually hook up the implement. So here's the bracket that comes with the kit, and it should go on here somehow. It comes with hose clamps to mount this. So I just got to figure out where to put it. I think I found where I'm going to put it. So with this cover on, I want this to actually sit right here. So I'm just going to take this cover and mark it, and I'll notch it out, and that way this thing will be up on this side of the crossbar, the forward side of it, and that way the fittings, it'll stick out they'll kind of be right where this cover's sitting anyway. So hopefully that'll have plenty enough room to where, you know, they'll probably be hanging over just a little bit of this, but that way there's plenty enough room between this and the quick attach to where nothing will be in the way, nothing will interfere. We got the bracket and the quick connects mounted here that will attach to the implement, and then it should work pretty good. I want to go ahead and stick the grapple back on here, but I'm curious to how close it comes right here. I may have to reorient these. So yeah, I think that'll be okay, because the grapple is rotated all the way back as far as it'll go, and I still got this much room right here. So now I just got to get the new handle put on it from Summit and run the wiring for it, get it hooked up. Alright. You want to orient it to however it's comfortable for you to run it. I think mine's going to probably sit kind of like this, so it's a little off to the right, but that's just so my thumb lays more in a more natural position to operate it. I guess you could spin it all the way to the front like this and maybe use your index finger and your middle finger to run it, or maybe like that and use your thumb and index finger. It's just whatever your preference is. Okay, I got it all hooked up. I got my power supply, I got my ground hooked up, I got the harness tied off and run down. I'm gonna go ahead and stick a fuse in here and just make sure I can hear these solenoids over here clicking. We should be hearing this down here click, so let's try it. Sounds good. Sounds like it's doing something. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get my spacers added to this upper mount. Here's the two pieces that I got to weld on each side of the top mount, and right here is how much I need to grind off of each one. So not much. All right, I got these all ground and smoothed over. So let me get these welded up and we'll get them drilled out. We got it on there. I'm gonna flip it back over. We'll drill this side out and it should be good. All right, I got this one all welded up. Should be good to go. See how the pin fits. Pretty good. This one should be good to go back on, and we can set the cylinder on it and see how it looks. Well, there she be. So she fits on there good. Pins are in it. I'm going to go ahead and try to drill this right here out so I can put a grease fitting right here. And the more I think about it, the more I think I'm going to go ahead and probably drill this cylinder clevis right here and put grease fittings on this end and on this end. That way I'm able to grease it. So I know originally the whole reason I put that grease fitting back there is because I figured I'd break it off if I had it up here. But I needed to get the grease fittings on the clevis part, and with this raised up, it'll kind of protect anything large, like a big limb or tree or something, hitting that hopefully. I may still end up breaking these off, but I had to do something. And I like that a lot better. And there's the top one. So I picked my hoses up from the hydraulic shop the other day. We'll get them put on here. I won't bore you with the installation. I'll bring you back when I got them done. Okay, so I got all my hoses on. I got them tied up best as I can right now. I'm going to get some of that split loom so I can wrap it around all of it to make sure it's protected good. So my camera was dead, so I couldn't do the initial startup where I had air in the system. And you can see I forgot I had a line loose, so I lost a little bit of fluid. I got all the air bled out. It works. So I'll fire it up here real quick and show you. I'm gonna take it out here and let's see how good it works. Now, not one time have I ever been able to pick up 3 decent little logs with that work saver. I hope it holds together. It's putting a strain on it for sure. It's putting a bow in this brace right here where this is pushing back. It's actually bending this back a little bit. I don't know how long it'll stay together, but I'm gonna keep running until something breaks. I'm definitely gonna have to beef up that grapple a little bit, but that is awesome. Thanks for watching.